You've heard it 1,000 times. A man falls in love with beauty. A woman falls in love with how she's treated. It sounds true, it feels true, but science says otherwise. I used to believe it too, until I read the data. Today, we are going beyond myths, no opinions, just facts. What actually makes a man loves a woman, deeply and long-term? Not lust, not attraction, real love, the kind that lasts. Let's start with the myth we all accept. Myth: men prioritize looks above all else when falling in love. We see it everywhere. Movies, dating apps, even old textbooks. But here's the problem. Most of that research is about short-term mating. Hookups, speed dating, first impressions. Love is not that. Love is long-term brain rewiring. And the rules change completely after the first few weeks. Neuroscience shows love runs on 3 brain systems: lust, attraction, and attachment. Lust is testosterone, fast, physical. Attraction is dopamine, obsessive, exciting. But attachment, that is oxytocin and vasopressin, calm, steady, deep. And this is where it gets surprising. Men's attachment system is not triggered by beauty. It is triggered by emotional safety. A landmark study tracked over 1,000 couples for 5 years. Initial attraction faded for everyone, as expected. But love deepened only where men felt safe to be vulnerable. Not safe physically, safe emotionally. Safe to say, I am scared, I am tired, I messed up. And when that happened, their brains released more oxytocin. Oxytocin is the glue of long-term bonding. But it only flows when threat is low. Criticism, judgment, fixing instead of listening, those raise threat. Empathy, curiosity, presence, those lower it. A study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships proved this. Men who felt understood had triple the oxytocin spikes. Men praised only for looks, their bonding hormone stayed flat. Beauty gets attention, safety gets devotion. Let me tell you about James, 34 years old. He dated a model for 2 years, everyone envied him. He broke up because he said, I felt lonely around her. Not angry, not bored, lonely. Then he met Maria, a teacher, not conventionally glamorous. One night he admitted he was overwhelmed at work. She didn't give advice. She said, that sounds heavy, want to talk more. He proposed 6 months later. Not because she changed, because he finally felt seen. This is not poetry. This is biology. Your brain does not fall in love with a face. It falls in love with a feeling. I can stop pretending. And men, they have been trained to pretend since childhood. Strong, stoic, in control, even when they are not. So when a woman creates space for his humanity, it is not weakness, it is revolution. A 10-year study found 78% of men who withdrew emotionally did so after feeling judged. Not because love died, because safety did. They did not leave the person, they left the pressure to perform. So what does this mean for you? If you are a woman, stop asking, does he love me? Start asking, does he feel safe with me? If you are a man, your need for emotional connection is not a flaw. It is your nervous system asking for home. And if you are in a relationship, try this tonight. Share something small, real, not dramatic. I felt insecure today, I need your support on something. Then watch their body, not just their words. Leaning in, soft eyes, that is oxytocin building love. Pulling back, crossed arms, that is threat killing it. Love is not found, it is grown, in the soul of safety. And here is the beautiful truth, this is not about gender. Everyone needs safety. men are just less practiced at asking for it. You will know the truth. So the next time you hear, men fall for beauty, women for how they are treated, everyone falls for how they are held. Not physically, emotionally. Held with patience, with curiosity, with no agenda. That is the foundation of real love. Not perfection, not performance, presence. So let me ask you 2 questions. Have you ever felt truly safe to be vulnerable with someone? Or have you realized you made someone feel unsafe, without meaning to? Tell me in the comments, be honest, I read everyone. If this shifted something in you, watch my next video. Why 92% of breakups happen for the same reason. It is backed by decades of neuroscience, and it will change how you love. Then, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and tap the bell. We drop science-based truth bombs every week. No fluff, no agenda. And finally, if this helped even one person rethink love, share it. Send it to a friend who is tired of guessing. Send it to your partner, and say, let's talk about this. Because love should not be a mystery. It should be a choice, made with eyes wide open. I am here, stay curious. And choose safety. Always. Now let us go deeper, because the science is even more revealing. In a Stanford study, researchers scanned men's brains before and after emotional sharing. When met with empathy, the ventral striatum lit up. That is the same region activated by food, sex, and rewards. Being understood feels like winning. Being dismissed feels like threat. And the male brain is especially sensitive to social threat. Because for most of human history, exclusion meant death. So he scans for signs, am I accepted, or am I at risk? A rolled eye, a sigh, a quick fix, all signal danger. A soft tone, a pause, a simple, tell me more, signal safety. This is not about being perfect, it is about being present. And here is something no one talks about. Men do not need you to solve their problems. They need you to witness them. Because being witnessed is how the nervous system calms down. A Harvard study found men's cortisol dropped 40% after just 5 minutes of non-judgmental listening. 40% in 5 minutes. That is not magic, that is biology. So if you want deeper love, practice presence over fixing. Ask, how did that feel? Not, what did you do? Say, I am here. Not, you should try this. These small shifts create massive safety. And safety is the birthplace of love. Let me share a real story from therapy. A man in his 40s said, I love my wife, but I do not trust her. When asked why, he said, every time I share fear, she panics. She means well, but her anxiety becomes his burden. So he stopped sharing, not out of anger, out of protection. He was protecting her, and losing himself. Love cannot grow where one person is hiding. But when his wife learned to breathe through her own fear, to say, thank you for telling me, I am with you. Something shifted, he started sharing again. Not big things, small truths, daily. And their love deepened, not because they fixed anything. Because they built safety, brick by brick. This is the new paradigm. Love is not a feeling you wait for. It is a structure you build, with consistency and care. And the strongest foundation is safety. So let us correct the record once and for all. Men do not fall in love with beauty. They fall in love with peace. The peace of knowing, I can be human here. I can be tired, wrong, afraid, and still belong. That is not romantic, it is revolutionary. Because for so long, men were told to earn love. Be strong, be successful, be enough. But real love is not earned, it is given, freely. Given to the whole person, not just the highlight reel. So if you want a man to love you deeply, do not try to be perfect. Try to be present. Present in his joy, present in his doubt. Present when he is silent, not just when he speaks. That is how you build safety. And safety is how you build love. So now, I want to hear from you. What is one thing you can do this week to create more safety? For your partner, for your friend, for yourself. Type it below. Let us normalize this practice. If this resonated, watch my video on the 3-second rule that predicts divorce. 40 years of data, one tiny behavior, life-changing insight. Then, please hit subscribe and tap the bell. We publish science-based relationship truths every Tuesday. No algorithms, no ads, just clarity. And if this helped you see love differently, share it. Send it to someone who is trying too hard to be loved. Remind them, you do not have to earn safety. You just have to create it, together. Because love is not a destination. It is a daily choice, to lower the walls. To say, I see you, I am here. That is enough. That is everything. Thank you for watching. Stay kind. Stay curious. And build safety. Like your love depends on it. Because science says, it does. Let us not forget, love is a verb. It is not something that happens to you. It is something you do, every day. With your words, your tone, your silence. With the way you hold space, not just hands. So choose safety. Choose presence. Choose love, the real kind. The kind that lasts. I am here with you. Until next time. Take care of your heart. And take care of each other. You are not alone. Keep going. One small act of safety at a time. It adds up. It heals. It builds love that lasts. Thank you. Really. For being here. For listening. For choosing love wisely.